Hello and welcome to Harvard Plays. Today we are taking a look at Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, which is a Koji Igarashi-led reimagining of what was Castlevania Symphony of the Night's game structure. And I know, to be honest, very little about this game, except that it is just more of what used to be Castlevania before they went and changed it up to be all God of War-like. And that's something that I really dig, because despite never finishing Symphony of the Night, I really enjoyed my time with it, so I'm gonna have to take a look at this. This is blind compared to some of the other times I play games, so I apologize in advance if I make a lot of terrible mistakes, but hopefully my experience will be satisfactory. So, yeah, let's go to default name. Don't do that to me. Default names. This game's not even letting me play hard on the first go, which is probably wise. I feel like I would have challenged myself and then ruined everything. So, let's just take the normal routes. Has it crashed? This is not a good start. Has it crashed? No, it hasn't. Oh, just started for a bit. Okay. I like that you're able to change the hints that you're reading. That's a nice touch.
The Industrial Revolution ushered in a new era that threatened to transform the values of men. No longer would spirituality be their compass, but not all welcomed the change. In 1783, just as the fires of the Laki eruption had plunged all of Europe into an ashen darkness, a horde of demons spilled from the shadows and fell upon city after English city. It was a message. The Alchemy Guild, fearing the rise of industrialism and abandonment by their wealthy patrons, had done the unthinkable to defend their existence. Through recondite arts, the alchemists had created shard binders, humans transplanted with crystal that attuned them to demonic power. They sacrificed the shard binders, and in doing so threw the gates of the world open to humankind. Countless innocents died, and though the Church succeeded in vanquishing the Hell's End, a steep price had already been paid and collected. As for the shard binders, they were presumed to have all died in the sacrificial rite. However, two survived. Jebel, a boy for whom by some miracle the rite did not prove fatal. And Miriam, a girl who was spared the rite altogether on account of the strange slumber that took her just before it could begin. 10 years had passed. Mankind too soon forgets tragedy. The demons have returned, presaged by a great castle. And on this very hour, Miriam awakens. Upon learning Jebel is the architect of this new, bloodstained ritual, Miriam and the alchemist Johannes set forth for the accursed castle. Their galleon cuts through the water, lancing towards the inevitable.
Can I just say I love the setting to this game. I love the idea of using the Industrial Revolution around the time of when Gothic horror was starting to take rise. These are some awesome opening graphics. Oh, it's so impressive. That is a very extra costume design.
Johannes, are you certain it was...
It was Jebel's doing, Miriam. No mistake.
It's so hard to believe. I wouldn't even be alive if not for him. He's a good soul.
I know how you feel. But the facts are apparent. And the hell he endured 10 years ago would break the best of souls. Miriam, I want you to know that I'm sorry. What my brothers subjected you to... There's no forgiving it.
It was their transgression, not yours. You always took care of us.
obviously not enough.
Well, let it go, Johannes. We need to focus on the task ahead. If Jeeble is responsible for the summoning, then I have to stop him. I gave him my word.
I ought to do it. He was my best friend.
But I'm the only one who can. The shard experiments prepared me for combat. Let them amount to something. 10 whole years. What put me in that sleep?
I wish I had the answer. All I know is the spell that stopped time for you was advanced, arcane. But by observing the ebb of the magic's hold on you, I was able to predict exactly when you would wake up.
Oh, I see.
We'll make landfall soon. You should get ready. I had the chest there packed with essential equipment. Now would be a good time to put it on.
Okay, so in true Castlevania fashion, I only barely understand the story. So for what it seems like, there's demons that have entered the world and a bunch of people who had magical shards implanted into them. And Miriam... Wow, just kicked the light. Miriam and another person were the last two of the Shardbringers who survived. The other ones were killed to stop the demons, but that they didn't properly stop the demons. And now I need to go stop the demons. Wait, I just turned what was potentially a good story into a very bad one. Okay, so there's some treasure in the chest, which is this and not that. Okay, I have made a huge mistake. Alright, so what do I get? Okay, so I get a weapon. So shoes count as a weapon? Oh. Okay, so if I equip it...
Good. You're prepared. The next order of business is to...
What is
I'll
that?
take care of it.
It's a squid thing. Wow, okay, so the knife somehow has less range than a kick. Okay, so we immediately get a shard. Oh my goodness. It's an aria of sorrow. Collect the abilities of your enemies game.
Uninvited claws scraping across my bones.
It's not a nice description.
The demon's power was transmuted into that shard, which forcibly bonded to the crystal embedded in your body. The strength you gain from it is undeniable, but eventually, the crystal will devour you.
I thought the procedure you discovered halted the corruption.
It did, but that doesn't guarantee you'll be safe if you start absorbing shards in massive quantities.
I know my body's limits better than anyone, and I'm going to need all the power I can get. And if I run into trouble, you can help me. You've done it before. You'll do it again.
Thanks for giving me a choice in the matter. Well, I won't let you down. Not if I can help it. Just promise you won't push yourself.
How did they get inside?
The demons from the castle must have infested the ship.
Then they can help me wake up these muscles of mine.
Okay, didn't
I'll
actually get a
work it
chance to
down
try out the
with them.
weapons. I'm just gonna guess how you use that ability. Oh, my muscle memory told me to press up and then square, but there's a dedicated button for it. Okay, it's okay. I'm not mad. So if I equip the shoes as a weapon instead, so I can stab things or I can kick things. Huh. Wonder when I get a whip. And the other muscle memory thing I've been trying to do is, in Symphony of the Night, you want to attack in the air, and then attack the second you get back on the ground, because that cancels your animation and you get 2 attacks in at once. Oh, it works here too. Yes! Oh, I'm so keen now. This is like the best parts of Aria of Sorrow and Symphony of the Night. Okay. We've got the great music too. We can kick lanterns for money. This is just memories coming back to me right now. I'm so happy. Okay, so you can hold, makes it jump higher, of course. Okay, it's a consumable. I remember that in Symphony of the Night, consumables were really annoying to deal with because you had to equip them as an item, and then use them, and then you would throw them in front of you, and then you would drink it.
This device responds to magic. Maybe I just need to hold my hand up to it.
Oh, interesting. So you can, the right stick just holds your hand up to things. Interesting. I wonder how they're going to use that mechanic. Oh, that looks really cool. This reminds me of those mid-2000s graphics, which is very blocky and uses these visual techniques to make things look better, like the light reflection and stuff like that, and like the rain animations as well. It's almost kind of like lo-fi, and I've definitely got a soft spot for that kind of graphics. It's so much cooler to me than the photorealistic style, or like the big bulging muscle style that Castlevania ended up developing into. So if this is anything like what I think it will be, monsters are going to drop their skills when you kill them, but randomly of course, and then you can eventually just develop a whole catalog of skills to use. Oh, and there's levels, of course there's levels. What did I get from that? A rusted ring. Okay, what does this ring do for me? Increases defense, and con is constitution, I guess? I never know what that's for. I really should have read those tips while the game was loading. Okay, let's keep going. So I guess that's actually pretty clever. They're going to use the ship as a tutorial to teach you about how to move around this kind of space. Drop a mana rose when destroyed. That slightly replenishes MP. Okay, so that's basically a heart in original Castlevania. And that way, they don't need to put a tutorial area into the castle itself. Okay, I get a potion. I do hope they'll give me a movement option closely into the game because, oh, I do have one. So I can press L1 to backdash in a very Alucard fashion. But I want a way to go forward faster. I got a tunic. Let's equip this tunic. Gives me 2 defense. I never really worried much about the RPG stats in games like this. I wonder if it's important. Oh, it's so classic to have a save room you walk in as part of the exploration. That's really cool. I respect that. So it really looks like the developers here are just going for the way Symphony of the Night handled all of its exploration and all of its mechanics. And I'm really happy about it. It's a great nostalgia trip, and I think that kind of game design hasn't been explored enough. There's so many more things they can do with it. I'm keen to see where this takes me. Okay, I got this skill. I wish you wouldn't cry out in pain every time, because I'm going to be collecting a lot of skills in this game. Alright, it's a directional shard. Oh, okay, so this will shoot something if I aim with left and right. Cool. So I'm assuming that, yeah, they get Conjure, Manipulative, Directional, Passive, and Familiar, which is exactly how Aria of Sorrow handled it. You had a few different inputs that would release a skill, and you could pick which skill you wanted to equip to that slot. Oh, so I need to complete an environmental puzzle with it? Interesting, I didn't think they would do that. Well, cool, I guess. Alright. Let's keep going, let's keep kicking things. Oh, was I not meant to make that jump? Oh wait, no, never mind. Just use that. What do I get? Halites? Halites? What is that? I guess it's a crafting thing, maybe. I always found it funny how these games have a currency system, which is not very useful. I remember in Symphony of the Night, currency was basically not for anything. You didn't unlock the shop until a good deal into the game, and by the time you were there, all the good equipment is found in chests anyway. And yet, my lizard brain still wants to go and collect every single coin there is, because video games, they teach you to be a miser. Okay, I just found myself a writhing limb. A branch, question mark, that continues its disgusting flailing. Okay. It's interesting that our character goes, yeah, I should keep that, and then hold on to it, but what you gonna do? Oh, those like the dragon heads from Castlevania. Legally distinct dragon heads. Italian map. Oh, so I got the map. Yeah, that's awesome. So it teaches you the basic mechanics of the game without putting it in the castle proper. So you get the chance to acclimate yourself to how you should explore. That's cool. This is everything that I wanted a Symphony of the Night style game, but made with modern sensibilities to be. I'm enjoying it a lot so far. Okay, we've got SP rounds. I have no idea what that's for. Oh, do I get a gun later? Yeah, they don't appear in my inventory. And I'm worried because all these enemies are dropping random vended trash that I'm afraid there's going to be a super complicated crafting system later in the game, and I don't want that. I feel like the strength of these games is that you can just beat a room, move on, beat the next room, move on even further, right? You don't want to spend your time bogged down in menus, working out your stats and min-maxing it all. You want to just be on the go all the time. It should be more action than RPG. Casting spells still doesn't feel too natural to me. It feels weird to go for my left stick, my right stick during combat. Kind of makes me just want to button mash through it all. But that wouldn't be an interesting way to play now with. Short sword. Okay. Maybe this has more attack and I won't need to keep kicking things. How's the reach? Oh, that's good reach. Okay, I'm happy with this. I remember the same thing in Aria of Sorrow. You basically use a sword for most of the game, and then you only get the whip later in the game when you really want to be a vampire hunter. And until then, when you're just some random kid, you're just hitting things with really short swords. Got a tattered scarf. So there's an equipment slot just for scarves. This is the most Japanese action game thing that I've ever seen. Okay, so Miriam's favorite scarf gives her 1 defense, and a tattered scarf that she found on the floor made of ragged cloths gives her 1 defense and also some mind. Just don't think about it too much. Just pick it up, put it on, move on. It's not a game about fashion choices. Oh, it changes her appearance too, that's cool. I feel like I've been saying that's cool a lot this playthrough. Okay, if I was good at this game I would have dodged that. Or that. Yeah, that's the combo. You press down and then you cancel your attack before you land. So you get 2 hits in really fast. The timing's a little bit different than what I'm used to, but I like that it's still in this game. I feel like I should just practice that for a little while. That's gonna be the most boring viewing experience ever. I see a platform up there, so at some point I'm gonna get a double jump or something and come back for it. Alright. It's got a blue thing that homes. Also, it is just a ghost. It functions the same way that ghosts did in Castlevania. I take that back. They're not meant to bounce off your sword. That's not how ghosts work. I don't know if I'm actually meant to kill this thing. Could just be wasting my time and my health. Never mind, got it. Yeah, it's hard to aim spells because the reticle for your magic is so small. You're not sure if you're gonna shoot it the right way. This is a pretty big ship. Oh, that's so cool. Reminds me of... This is the other thing I'm doing through this entire playthrough, is saying, oh, this is from Symphony of the Night. This is from Symphony of the Night. That's from Aria of Sorrow. But when you look at the windows and there used to be like monsters outside the mansion, that's such a classic old school Castlevania trick. I'm so happy that they're this attentive to detail in this game. Okay, we got corn seed, rice seed, potato seed. Is there farming in this game? Could use it to create more corn or rice or a potato. So there's food. I'm so confused. How big and how involved is this game? I would have thought it's just like a quick 8 to 10 hour adventure. Like, you know, like the old school Castlevania games. I didn't really want a huge sprawling RPG. Okay. I was gonna say no damage, and then I immediately take damage before I can even say it. Oh my goodness, I'm so bad at this game. Okay, got my level up. Oh, and what did I get off this? Head flail. Oh, so we use its head as a flail. Cool. Where do we equip it? So it replaces our water thing. Oh, it's a big forward swing. Okay, good enough. And he's a cannon, so we can light it. We get entrance into this room. I think this is maybe where we could have double jumped up. Wait, no, we've been here before. We've been here before because it's blue on the map. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I'm not playing the whole thing because I'm sure I would get lost at some point. My sense of direction is awful, as I've shown in every time I've played a game on this channel. Yeah, we haven't been here. We haven't been on this side. There's not really anything to be gained from this. Except for this chest, a hairband. I'm just gonna assume that every piece of equipment I find is gonna be better than the one I found before. Yeah, so you can have literal ram horns to protect a head that gives you 1 defense, or a hairband that gives you 2 defense and intelligence. Amazing. Also, every little accessory changes your appearance too. That's cool. Alright, so we got more rounds. I have no idea what that means. And a musket too. Oh, so there is a gun. And it's very Bloodborne-y in that you can equip ammo that deals good damage, or you can use the default ammo that's bad. Why did I say Bloodborne? This is not how Bloodborne works. And I feel like playing this game with the pistol is an extremely dumb way to do it, because look how it fires slowly and you don't get to see the enemies do their thing. So I'm just gonna switch back to... When did I get a claymore? Switch back to my melee melee weapon and then keep moving forward. I never liked two-handed swords. The animation just looks so clunky compared to everything else. So there's a hidden wall that we saw on the map. What do we get out of this? max MP up, that's pretty good. And a red chest that gives me... It's just money. I don't want money. Give me anything but money. Those enemies make such a gross sound effect. Okay, no damage. No damage. This is happening. No spells, no damage. Okay, that was... I don't think I've taken more damage from one of these enemies than this attempt. That's the one thing I don't like about action RPGs, or especially platform RPGs, is that because there is the opportunity to grind and to get better stats, they don't design enemies in a way that you can beat them with only skill. Not that I'm accusing this game of anything, I think that I'm just being bad at the game, but some other games are definitely, they have a lot of unavoidable attacks, or just difficult to avoid attacks, because they know, they expect the player to be hit by them. And for some reason that just doesn't rub me the right way. So what did I just get? I got a monster bird tier that's just still vendor trash. I'm actually running out of health. I should be more careful. I should use my skills instead of just short sorting everything. I say as I short sword some enemies. Red chest? What do we get? Stop giving me money, I don't want money. It's like the only time I'll ever say that I don't want money in the game. It's gonna be really embarrassing if I die while recording. I wonder if I'll edit it out, or if I'll just swallow my pride and show that I'm not very good at games. For the chests. Potion. Just what the doctor ordered. Okay, what's in here? Oh no, that's a boss room. Oh, that's silly of me. That is a very Castlevania character design.
So, Sleeping Beauty, you've decided to awaken.
Jeeble, tell me you didn't do this. It doesn't make any sense.
How does it not? After all the sins humans wrought upon us?
Johannes told me what they did to you, and you're right, it's horrible. But what you're doing now is just as bad.
No! No, there you are very wrong. What the alchemists did was reshuffle our bodies. What I intend to do is reshuffle the world. I'd say I've earned the right. Join me, Miriam. You're the only one who understands the pain I feel.
What? I never thought I'd hear those words from you. I was the one that came to you broken. Convinced I was a monster. And you told me...
This is nonsense.
You told me our power doesn't make us good or bad. Our choices do. I'd given up on my humanity, but you restored my hope. Don't you remember?
Master Jeeble, we must
Also,
return.
there's the enemy of this game.
Yeah, Miriam, I tire of reminiscing with you. You're here to kill me, aren't you? Then first prove you can find me. Along the way, you'll have no choice but to absorb shards and avail yourself of the powers of hell. If you can still claim to be human at the end of it all, then perhaps I might be more inclined to listen. Come, Gregory. We're leaving.
Oh, dude.
Wait!
I love this game. It's so... Oh, it's so good. It's so, like, B-movie, cheesy horror. It's everything that I liked in Castlevania. Oh, it's so good. And I'm gonna die to this boss, but it'll be all worth it. This is the worst fireball. Has no range whatsoever. Screw it, I'm chickening out. I'm using the gun. This is ridiculous. So you can't actually aim the gun. You can only fire directly forward. This seems silly. Be better off using... Oh, since when did I get a whip? Am I just not... Wow, that animation sucks. That's awful. Okay, I'm not using that. I'd rather use the claymore if that's gonna be how it goes. Okay. Practice run. Next run will be better. Oh no, it's gonna kick me to where I saved. Oh no. Well, if the walk back is boring, I'm gonna edit it out. Unless something hilarious happens, you're gonna see me right back at the boss. And we're back. So, did you know that there was a save spot literally right beneath the boss room? So, we lost so much progress. We had to start back from here, went down there, we back up here, we back over there, and then we ended up back here. And in that time, I took the liberties to go and find myself a country dress, and all the equipment that we lost. I'm going to equip the musketoon to start off with, because I know that that enemy starts really far away from us. And then we're going to switch to the sword as we get hit. We also leveled up an additional time compared to last time, so I think this time is going to be the run. This time we're going to make it through. I'm going to skip this cutscene as much as I enjoyed it.
So sleep. Come, Grip.
I'm gonna... Oh, so it doesn't actually have full range. Ooh, that does so much damage. Oh, it actually deals so much damage. What the heck? Okay, well then we might as well go for the sword if we're gonna be this close. There's no life bar on this thing either, so I have no idea how much I have left to go. Okay, so this is the pattern where it goes to the center. And sprays some water, so I'm just gonna jump at the end of the gush. Okay, we're doing pretty well. We're landing some hits. We're at half a health, but we're landing the hits. That's the important part. Okay, we should probably get rid of these guys. The camera's a little bit zoomed in for my liking, but I still think I can see most of the threats coming at me. Oof. Okay, time to heal, time to heal. Potion, potion, potion. That last potion was probably a bit excessive, but this should be enough to get me through the fight now. Whoop. So the face takes more damage. Try to hit the face. Wow. Get hurt by contacting the beast as well. Being very reckless at this point. Alright, so this is the water spray move. Oh, crits. Love crits. Okay, so on the spray, just jump at the end of the arc. Okay, that was a solid amount of damage. I think we got this in the bag. Don't want to be overconfident, but I am pretty confident. Can I kill those things before they deal too much damage to me? There we go. First boss beaten. Honestly, I would have been very embarrassed if I finished this Let's Play and I didn't even get past the first boss. At least I want to show what the castle looks like. Okay, so what do we get? Thrashing tentacle. Attack foe with one of the tentacles.
I saw
Okay.
it. Just a flicker. That was the Jeeble I know. I will put a stop to all this.
It's the most egregious, unnecessary pan.
Bloodstained.
Yo, that was hype though. I'm so glad they set it in a castle. Okay, so now the game begins for real.
Was this a village? What happened to it? The demons Jeeble summoned?
They've moved faster than we hoped. Miriam, we have to hurry. This was where we were supposed to meet our contact.
All right. But wait. Let me clear the area. There are still demons about.
Okay, so I guess we don't end up in the dungeon bubble. Oh, it's really clever. So we can go back into the ship now because it's on the bay, so we can still get in there. We haven't lost access to it. That's so smart. So those two things that we couldn't get because we didn't have double jump, we can go back later if we ever feel like it. It's a giant rat. It's a very big rat. Yeah, I'm not gonna be honest, I'm not loving the black sludge kind of demons at the moment. The design just seems really plain for what I've come to expect from this genre. Waiting for something like really out there. Okay, so now we get mysterious side character.
Thank you, Miriam. You know who I am. And that means...
I'm sorry we couldn't get here sooner, Dominique.
So this is our contact.
Yes, the church sent me.
An exorcist. Then we're lucky to have you, Dominique.
And the church you, Miriam. Thank you for guiding her here, Johannes.
How cool are those sleeves? They have so much flair to them.
You wouldn't have asked if it wasn't important, but you should tell us why you need her. Miriam isn't one to shy away from danger, but she deserves to be armed with all the facts.
Yes, very well. I told you when I contacted you that the Shardbinder Jeeble is responsible for summoning the castle.
Yes, there's no mistake about that. He admitted as much.
What? You spoke to him?
Then let me get right to the point. I find it curious that the outpouring of demons, facilitated by one Shardbinder, just happens to coincide with the sudden awakening of the other Shardbinder, after exactly 10 years.
You're right, it is strange. But the church doesn't get to drag Miriam into this just because the timing is odd.
Oh, do you decide for her then? I asked you to bring her here so she could see the horrors that have befallen the village and make an informed choice. I have no intention of forcing you, Miriam.
You don't have to. I gave Jeeble my word that I would stop him. What happened here only strengthens my resolve.
Thank you, Miriam. I am sorry to put it on your shoulders.
Pardon me?
Oh, hello there. Are you all right? We didn't mean to ignore you.
I'm all right, thank you.
You are quite welcome. Do you have a name?
Anne.
What a lovely name! Anne, you shouldn't be out here. Let me take you somewhere safe.
Oh, all right.
Come on, this way.
I'm really digging the story so far. It's so familiar to anyone who's played games in the Castlevania franchise. This idea that you're a hero, but you have dark powers, so maybe you're secretly the reincarnation of Dracula. Like, will you be good? Will you be bad? That's such a... It's so classic.
I did some
not
looking
good,
around
it's just-
before, and this place
It's
seems
just
secure.
quaint.
Yes, agreed.
Johannes, you, Anne, and I will remain here. We can assist Miriam from safe ground.
What? We can't ask her to brave the castle alone?
Don't be foolish. She is trained in combat. Are you? We would only get in the way.
But That's not the point.
I'll be fine, Johannes. Please don't worry.
All right, but we'll be here if you need us.
Let's not waste any time. We have a lot to do.
Come back if you need anything. I'll get a workshop running so I can perform alchemy for you.
Thank you, Johannes.
I know you're strong, but be careful.
I will.
Alright, so maybe this is going to be our shop? Our base of operations as we siege the castle? they just walk into their own rooms, and we just know they're going to be staying there for the rest of the game. Oh, we can even break their lamps. We can steal the money that lives in their lamps. Oh, what is this?
Dominique, what is all this machinery?
That is photographic equipment we've been working on.
Photographic?
To put it more plainly, it allows me to capture images of real life, landscapes, people.
What? Really? Can I try it?
Unfortunately, I don't have the silver bromide I need.
I'll see if I can find it.
Oh, that's so cool. I like that they're going for the setting really hard. And it's such a mainstay of the original Dracula novel, where Bram Stoker was just so amazed by the invention of trains that he just has Van Helsing talk about trains for like an entire chapter.
So there are still demons outside. Oh, they're so scary.
Yeah, I don't like her voice. I'm not going to talk to her again.
Miriam, welcome. Since this is your first time here, let me tell you a little bit about the supply post.
Please.
I have made arrangements so you can buy and sell items here.
Okay,
I
so
would
this is
have
the
liked
shop.
to provide what you need for free, but seeing as we are largely cut off from the church's funds out here,
And also because the game needs a way of gating our progression.
I will need money in order to keep the supply post stocked. I hope you don't mind paying.
No, I understand. I appreciate you doing what you can.
I can also buy shards from you if you no longer need them.
Wait, is trade in demon shards even allowed?
Of course. The church would sooner gather them up and make certain they are
I
purified.
like that they're trying to give an excuse for why these game mechanics exist. They really didn't need to. They could have told me that they just wanted me to collect money out of lanterns and be done with it, but I like that they're taking it seriously.
I am not permitted to sell them, but I can buy them off you. You may want to keep extras, since possessing multiple shards of the same type amplifies its power. But there is a limit to how far that can go. And more importantly, if you carry a large number of shards, your body's corruption
May accelerate, but I'll find a way to deal with that myself.
I still recommend selling your shards as a means of making money.
All right. I know you're looking out for me.
I think that explains everything. Now, would you like to have a look around?
It's interesting. Okay, so what can we
What
buy?
are you looking to buy?
I'm gonna grab a bunch of potions.
Is this right? Many thanks.
Ethers recover MP, so I'm not gonna need that. Mithridate. They couldn't just write antidote? Anyway, I get 2 of those because poison might be awful, I don't know. Holy water... Stone Thaw, so I guess it gets rid of petrification. I feel like I should get it in case petrify is a game over. You can buy poison. Okay. Panacea's like a full heal. Your Waystone is a teleport item. Get 2 of those. And then we get a bunch of ingredients because I imagine there's cooking in this game and crafting in this game and 8 Bitcoin, 12 Bitcoin, and 32 Bitcoin. That's pretty funny. I like that they're like pixely. I wonder what that's for. Okay, so there are equipment here as well, and you can invest really hard in some expensive equipment to beef up if you want. One of the things I respect about this game is, and games like it, is that if you really wanted to, you can just grind your way to victory. You can get equipment and armor so good that the enemies can't touch you and you can just destroy them in one hit. Or you can play it like a proper person and use skill in combination with your grinding. So if your skill's not strong enough, that means you can go back and buy some more equipment. Okay, this seems like a no-brainer. This is a strict upgrade for everything we have.
Then we
Version
have
equip.
a deal.
Got eyeglasses. We have
Is this
another
Thank you.
Accessory slots, we might as well. Ring, scarf, tattered scarf. Okay, so we can come back here and we can definitely beef up our abilities. I'm not gonna sell my shards just yet.
I forgot to give this to you. It's the key to the building. You can use it to explore further in.
Oh, so I needed to come down
I
here anyway.
invited the other survivors inside where it's safe. They all have troubles that need resolving. If you can spare them the time.
I'll do what I can.
There's side quests.
I know you will. Come back anytime. I'll be praying for you.
Yeah, this game fits like a glove. It is such a love letter to anyone who grew up with Castlevania and everything that Koji Igarashi did for Konami. This is awesome. I'm so glad that he got a chance to make something like this.
Ah, here she is. You have to marvel at the church's resources. Look at what they've provided for us.
I know, it's incredible.
So, what I can do for you here in the workshop is take materials you bring me and transmute them into new items. But the alchemy is easier to show you than explain. Here, I have some materials we can use. So let's try transmuting them.
Okay, so we've got to craft things.
So, what'll it be?
Also, it just makes potions and stuff. It makes the same equipment that we could have bought in the shop anyway. So how do I usually play these games? I usually go for longswords, and just swords that slash straight forward. I don't like the arcing animations because I feel like you need an element of timing. Although I think if you grew up with the NES Castlevania, you're definitely used to it because the old whip had that same element of timing. I think I will craft myself a longsword.
I'll go with this.
Alright.
There, all done.
A slight increase to our attack. Now, what else can we do? We've got clothing, bat wings. It's the scarf. It's pretty good stats though. Ether and all the healing items. These all seem to require drops from enemies now. Gunpowder. Gold. Kung Fu shoes. Okay, so these are the rest of the weapons that we can't make just yet. Also, you can make basically anything. You can buy the 8-bit coin to get stronger items, because it's trading one for one of these. What the hell is that? I'm so confused. Is this like a pre-order bonus or a Kickstarter bonus? This seems so strange. Okay, there's bullets, there's additional equipment, there's a lot of stuff you can craft. Alright, I might make some potions
I'll go
too.
with this.
Ooh, I like it.
We can prepare food. Does it just heal item? Oh, it's just like any other eating mechanic in any game. You get periodic stat boosts. Okay. You can enhance shards. I don't know if I want to use the tentacle one, to be honest. Look, it costs 80 MP. That's so much MP. And you can break items down into the raw materials. Okay.
Once
I don't know if I'll
transmuted
use
an
crafting
item,
very much in my playthrough.
I'll pass it on to Dominique, so she can carry it at the supply post for you. I'll do my best to inform you of what items you can make from what materials. But when it comes to items I don't know about, you'll have to find a formula for me and bring it here.
I understand.
Also, the demon crystal you've obtained, the shards, those can be transmuted the same way as items. Each shard requires specific materials, but it's worth it to make your shards more useful. Try it when you get the chance.
I think I...
Also, neither one of us has been eating well. No wonder, considering the struggle we've been through to survive. If you bring me the ingredients, I can use alchemy to prepare meals for us.
Instead of cook?
With proper nutrition and a varied diet, you have the potential to get much stronger.
Okay. So, that's a lot of information to take in. I don't know how essential these things are going to be. Well, let's just head into the castle then. It's a safe spot. Okay. That's going to be useful. Make sure I don't die. Alright, so I think I'll explore a bit of the castle see what it's like, show off some of the mechanics, and then I might just pause it for there. I'm not entirely sure how long this video is going to be since I had to cut it a bit from when we died at the boss fight, so might be a bit longer than the usual ones, but hopefully no one's complaining about that. Who's this dude?
You there? It was awful. Those monsters came out of nowhere.
Where are the others?
Dead, most of them. My dear husband included. Those devils have to pay. Those murderers. You look strong, miss. I'm begging you.
If it's within my power.
Oh, thank you. My name's Lindsay. What's yours? Well, Miriam, I'll gather whatever information I can about the monsters that wronged us. I want you to hunt down the monsters and take vengeance on them. The efforts won't go unrewarded, I promise you that.
All right. I'll do it.
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters.
Okay, so we're gonna kill some monsters.
Help my husband rest in peace. Kill that murderer dead!
That character has done the most emoting out of anyone else in this game so far. And I like that they hard commit to their accents, which is admirable. Okay, so we use that key we got and we head into the dungeon proper, the castle proper. Let's hope that the enemies are going to be a bit more interesting than these black blobs of sludge that we've been looking at so far. Oh, so that's basically a skeleton that throws its bones at you. I don't know if they've got some legal requirement that they can't use the exact enemies from Castlevania. They can't use like skeletons and zombies and stuff. Also, if we just kill like any 5 demons, then it counts? Interesting. Maybe it's specifically the kind that comes out of the ground. So let's stick closer to the ground and see what we get. We are blocked by a simple wooden bar. Can we fireball it? No, we cannot. Can't go through it. Have to go over it. How does that rhyme go? Oh, this roof is gonna collapse. And we get a chest out of it. Property damage is fun. What's that? Tomato and HP rounds. And it looks like I can drop down from there, but I can't, so let's keep going. It's still not really the castle, it's still like the ruins of the village. I'm guessing this is the... No, it's still a village building. What do we get from this? A basilod? I actually have no idea how to pronounce that, even though I've seen it in countless games. Basilod? Basilod? Who knows? I'm not going to use it. It's weaker than my current weapon. That's the downfall of games that have very simple stat systems like this one, is that sometimes you'll just get equipment that's completely useless to you, and it takes out the joy and the excitement of finding some new loot. Okay, so there's a path down and there's a path through. Oh, so I could have done the sneaky way down through the drawbridge. Well, I guess I'm not doing that though. Let's go through the front door. There's a lot of fire in this building. And there's a severe lack of fire in this room. Entranceway. Okay, I'm a big fan of the soundtrack. Nothing says Castlevania like synth horns and portraits of what I am sure were the Kickstarter backers. Yeah, I love that I don't think they're allowed to say vampires in this game, which is why they've been saying demons and such. But they're definitely using the aesthetic of the gothic vampire to their advantage. Okay, can I beat this guy without taking damage? It's like I'm not even trying. That hurt me so much. Okay, take some potions. Yeah, I should remember to use my magic more. It's definitely so useful when I remember it. We're seeing the path is already splitting pretty well at this point. I guess the benefit of having the tutorial on the boat is that they can make the castle feel like a proper castle the second you walk in. There are actually so many directions that I can just freely go to right now. It's awesome. Okay. Got a leather chest guard, which is probably an upgrade. We're wearing just a regular dress right now. Nope, the chest guard is significantly worse. Okay. Let's keep going. This is a save room, I'm guessing? No. Okay. What is that? I'm not gonna try pronouncing that. I'm nowhere near European enough for this game. One of the downsides of this game being models instead of sprites is that it can be hard to see what is interactable and what isn't. So what is a monster and what will hit you and what is the environment. Like, these bats are really hard to see. Wow, there's a lot of Kickstarter about it I can see. I wonder if the length of the hallway had to be extended because of how many backers they got. Or I could just be entirely wrong and that wasn't a tier award at all and those are the developers' phases or something. And then I'm gonna feel awful. Oh, that's just a literal pool of blood. Oh, gross. That is so gross. I know it's a game, but I do not like blood. Do not like it one bit. Okay, move on from that is what we will do. Save room! So we've been playing for about 50 minutes. Notwithstanding the amount of stuff that I've cut out because I'm bad at this game. Maybe if we can find the next boss, I don't know how long that'll take me. Oh, hopping on chandeliers, this is OG right here. Every good game needs some hopping on chandeliers. This is why Persona 5 was so good. Okay, that's some money. This is a cutscene room? Who is that? Is this gonna fight me? Oh.
Can't.
Alfred?
Why are you here, Johannes? That fool of an apprentice should have stayed out of this.
Who's Alfred again?
You have a lot to explain for. After all the terrible things you've done?
All that is in the past. I'll not be defending my actions to you.
Don't I deserve it? You were like a father to me.
Enough, child. I am here for the book. Jeeble has the book.
What are you talking about?
If you don't already know, then let us keep it that way.
It's classic
Alfred,
role-playing storytelling.
how
Nothing
are you
ever makes
still
sense.
alive?
And this guy said I was gonna stay in the safe haven, and he's rushed into the castle after you.
What were you thinking in coming here?
You can answer my question first.
All that matters is that I am alive. Did you come here for the book?
Book? The Liber Logaeth?
Make no mistake. I won't let anyone touch that tome but me.
Not even you should touch it. Didn't what happened 10 years ago teach you anything?
I don't have time to argue with you. I just hope you are wise enough not to get in my way.
What?
You know full well my power exceeds yours. Take Miriam and leave this place. Otherwise, you will die.
Okay, well that raised so many
Came here because
questions.
something didn't feel right. But I didn't expect him.
Johannes, what is the Liber Logaeth?
Is he gonna give a straight answer?
It's a book the Alchemy Guild once possessed that allows for the summoning of spirits. The guild used it to bring about the calamity 10 years ago. And the Shardbinder's crystal acted as a kind of catalyst.
So the guild was the one who unleashed demons onto the world because they didn't like industry.
A book like that shouldn't even exist.
I know. Alfred must be trying to restore the Alchemy Guild to power. But we cannot let him lay hands on the Liber Logaeth.
He said Jeeble had it. You know, I think I might have seen it.
It makes
So
sense,
many silly names.
considering the situation we're in.
Also, was that the book that that dude was carrying in the opening?
He must
Well,
have
not the
gotten
opening,
his
but
hands on it after surviving the sacrifice.
the cutscene with the gigantic tentacle monster afterwards.
So now I have to stop Alfred too.
No, let's focus on Jeeble. If we can get to him and the book before Alfred does, we'll kill two birds with one stone.
Good point. All right.
Dominique might know what to do about Alfred in the meantime. I'll head back to the village and see what she has to say.
Okay, so he's gonna wander back safely, this completely unarmed guy, and we'll ignore him and continue to explore. So, were we meant to go straight? Would we have not have encountered anything if we went, like, up or down? Or look at all the different paths that we could have taken on our way here. Huh. Well, let's keep going then. I think what these games do really well is that they give you the illusion that you're picking your own direction, but really there was only one direction to go. Okay, no damage. This is gonna happen. I'm gonna cheese him by using skills. That's the way I'm gonna get no damage on this. Yes, I'm getting better at the game. Quote that and put it on a t-shirt. So this is taking me to another section of the castle, I'm guessing. Will there be a boss this way? The Garden of Silence. Well, not for long. Mirko Weed. These are just classic OG Castlevania enemies now. It's exactly the same as those weeds in the library from Symphony of the Night, although I've never seen that inflatable pig before. That is a weird one. Inflatable dog? Inflatable pig? I don't know. The enemies here are actually pretty strong. I don't know if I'm meant to be here or if I'm meant to come back later. This is such a weird enemy, I love it. Okay, enough of you. It's gonna be lazy and set everything on fire now. Oh, I get a skill. What does a pile of weeds do? Places a weed on the ground. This is the most useless skill. As if the enemy is just gonna walk right into it. Okay, so I realized that we never tried that thrashing tentacle skill. And while we're here, we might as well use some potions. What does it do? Whoa. That was crazy. Okay. That used up like all my MP too. I guess that's a desperation move. When everything else is lost and we want to destroy everything. A random chariot here. Cool, I guess. So can we push that? What is this for? Why is it glowing? I have so many questions. Well, there's a chest there, so I guess I'm going there. That's a leprechaun, or a flea man, as the older games would have attested. Yeah, I'm glad there's a mix of familiar and weird in these enemy designs. We got obsidian equipment. Oh. Guessing that's a crafting material. So we can slide into them to kick them away and deal a little bit of damage. Okay, we got a skill. What's this? Release Toad. Release Toad in the designated direction. So I'm guessing that's a familiar skill. No, it's not. What kind of skill is it? It's a directional skill. Okay, so we can just throw a toad somewhere. I'm not going to use it because that sounds pretty stupid, I'm not going to lie. Why throw toads when you can throw fireballs? Okay, this is mostly just me killing enemies at this point. I should really figure out where I'm meant to be going. Where does this go? A warhorse's key is required. Well, we just passed a warhorse earlier. Were they supposed to have a key on it?
Fancy a ride, lady?
Why? Are you offering one?
I could take you someplace most interesting.
Ooh, ominous.
The rub, of course, is that obstacle standing squarely in our path. See?
I doubt I would be able to push it aside.
A shame you don't have a giant hand. Wild and crazy things one could do with a giant hand.
They do know what that sounds like, right? Okay, so I'm guessing I need some kind of skill that has a giant hand. We're gonna come back after we find the giant hand skill. And let's use our potions. We're taking so much damage. I'm not very good at this game. And I'm very sloppy when it comes to damage. I'll be like, oh, it's only 10 damage, it's fine. And then 10 hits later and I'm about to die, and it's just, yeah. What's this? It's a book. Several months have passed since I wandered into the castle. I have managed to survive thus far by rummaging through treasure chests without the monsters taking notice. Will I find something palatable today? For once, I'd like to crack a chest open and find a mouth-watering hunk of meat. Well, you know what that person should do is hit some walls until they find some chicken. That's how you survive in the Castlevania universe. Whoa, that's so red. What is this? Oh, that's so cool. I would screenshot that, except I would accidentally delete my footage, so I'm not going to screenshot that. I have learned my lesson from too many times of accidentally deleting footage. Okay, so these things recoil, so you can hit it once and then just combo it. I like that. Okay. HP max up. I think it's 8 something. I don't know what that was. We've got Moko Leak. Some weird enemies here. Wow. The animations are actually pretty cool. I'm enjoying this. Okay. What did I get? True arrow, so I can shoot an arrow in a direction. Well, okay. Technical time. What? Wrong button. Technical time. That was very underwhelming. I thought it would do a lot more damage than something in like the 20s. Okay. So we got another fly trap. Moving further in the castle. We really need a save point or we're gonna die soon. It would suck if I had to end the episode on, or end the video on a death than on a boss defeat. There is a lot of vendor trash in this game. I mean, I know they want to flex that they have a crafting system, but this is getting too much. Okay, so there is a save point right over there. Just need to cross this room. Alright. Wow. It's the least graceful room crossing. Oh, I've taken damage like 5 times. Well, we're alive. That's what counts, right? Okay, so let's heal and recover. And save. It's been an hour. I feel like I've made a lot of progress so far. This game doesn't feel stagnant. It always feels like you're going somewhere, doing something. What do those symbols mean, actually? Those red symbols. There's no fast travel. I'm imagining there would have been a boss back at those silent gardens that we were just at. Or there's a bunch of other different directions for me to go as well. This is really open. Ugh, it's a stupid fountain of blood again. The thing I don't like about this game so far is the sound effects. Everything's so slimy and squelchy and drippy. It's really bad. It's like a chainsaw sword. It's so extra, I love it. That looks like a broken wall to me. Okay, when the ghost comes back around, we shoot fire at it. We shoot fire at it. Where's this ghost? Where is this ghost? Is he gone? Okay. Environmental storytelling time. Spin towards enemies and transfer the momentum of your blade. Oh, so there's like combo moves. That's a It's like a Street Fighter move. I don't think I have any of those weapons though, so I guess I don't use it. Huh. Okay. Let's keep moving down that direction then, because we know that something's bound to happen there. Just need to do a bit of chandelier hopping. Yeah, that's me being sloppy. I get hit once and I'm just like, oh, it doesn't matter. 12 damage doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. And then suddenly I have like 10 health. Okay, bone toss. Throw a bone. Game really threw me a bone there. Just took 30 damage from the enemy. I need to be more careful. The smart me would have gone down and healed. But I am not in the mood for that. Okay, so this is the big staircase room. I'm sure that we'll be coming back here pretty often. Yeah, I'm just gonna cheese this guy. Ain't nobody got time for that. You can see that MP slowly regenerates as well, so you don't need to be so stingy about its use. These transition rooms look so cool. Okay, I'm not gonna bother with these. We'll rush through them, we've already been here. It's not interesting to watch. We've already seen the stupid inflatable dogs. Let's keep it up. Let's look at some rooms that we haven't been in yet. What's this one? Oh yeah, we have been there. We need a key. Well, okay, let's just keep pushing forward then. We haven't got a giant hand, but we do have the ability to move forward. Whoa. That was a poor choice. Oh man, I'm actually gonna die here. Oh no. So that Iron Maiden blocks my path unless I probably have some kind of skill. So, I wonder if there's anything more interesting I can do, or if I'm just going to be stuck from here. Because I know it's not going to be fun to watch me be stuck. There's so many pathways I haven't explored yet, but like you saw before, a lot of them just loop back on themselves and give you a treasure chest, and then that's about it. So I could take it the fast way or the slow way. Where does that down one go? Maybe that's the last thing I'll explore today. We know that here is two walls that we can't go past. We know that this area is actually just locked off. We don't know what's there, and we don't know what's up this way. So let's... Oh, you can set markers. Oh, nice. Let's do those two things, and if we end up somewhere interesting... Oh, so you're meant to fall through the blood. That's really gross, and I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so that's one pathway that we've debunked. Maybe you're meant to fall through the blood with speed? Like from the ceiling? Because I definitely couldn't jump down any platforms once I did that. Either you need some skill, or you need to fall through the blood with speed. This is the other thing that I'm very bad at, is that I'm not very experimental when I play games like this. So sometimes they'll put in a thing that I'm sure the developers thought was super logical and everyone will do it, and I, being the one idiot, will not do it. This is why I'm so bad at Zelda games, by the way. I usually have to use a guide after the first 2 or 3 dungeons because I have no common sense. Okay, so dropping down at speed didn't work. I'm sure that there is an additional skill that we're missing out on. So let's go to the staircase room and see if there's anything interesting for me there. I have no idea what that's for. I have no idea what that does. Maybe it heals my mana? You got a melting bone. And maybe I can't even go that way because I need a skill. Okay, yeah, I can't go that way. So, what is there left for me to do besides go down to the place where I died? Nothing, I guess. Wow. So it looks like there's so many pathways, but there's actually just none. Okay. I don't know if that's smart game design or if I've just killed the illusion. Okay, we get the skill. Gold is a new color for us. Passive shard. Increases single-handed sword damage. Absolutely, that's just what we wanted. Alright, let's equip this shard. Oh, we've already done it. Okay. Cool. So we've got a passive buff on our sword strikes now. Okay, like before, we're gonna rush straight through this because we've been through this countless times already. This is one of the reasons why I never really got too far in Symphony of the Night, is that whenever I die, I just get bored of going down the same hallway that I died in. And so I'd lapse, and I'd not make a lot of progress. That's an MP up. We just need a double jump to get there. Okay, so this is where I died last time. We can't get through this Iron Maiden. And the best we can do is just kill some monsters and see what we get. So am I meant to be able to get past this with my current skills? Or is this a trap? Can I dodge through it? No. Okay. That was a terrible idea. Let's use the potions that I don't have. Okay. This is a terrible, terrible fate I've assigned myself to. Whatever will I do? Well, maybe if I'm lucky, this is a save room. So let's try going there and see what we get. Wait, no, I already know that's not a save room. I already know that's the locked door. Okay, well now I'm properly lost then. Unless we were meant to go all the way back, because we saw that cutscene. Who knows? Since when did my sword slash like that? Okay. Let's leave it there. Damn, this feels like a bad way to end the Let's Play, because I feel like I should have ended on some kind of win, but I feel also if I tried to go back for it, I would just be lost for the next more than half an hour. So, okay, let's leave it there. I do really enjoy this game though. It scratches every itch that I've had about old school Castlevanias, and especially since it's really hard to play those Game Boy games that I've been talking about anymore, like Aria of Sorrow and Harmony of Dissonance. They're very good games, but unfortunately Konami hasn't re-released them or anything like that, so this is one of the closest things we'll get to that. This RPG action platformer hybrid with just excellent theming and great music and interesting enemy design. Yeah, I think this is a game for purists. If you grew up on Symphony of the Night and the Game Boy Advance games, then this will be right up your alley. But if you're new to the franchise, I think there's a lot of design choices here that you won't understand. Because, yeah, everything in this game so far has been absolutely tailor-made to people who enjoyed the old games. But yeah, if you've been a fan of Symphony of the Night, let us know if this lived up to your expectations, or if it left you wanting a little bit. And I certainly hope that Koji Igarashi has the chance to keep exploring this style of design, because there's so much more potential there, and I've really enjoyed what I've played of it so far. Alright, see you guys next week.